Ah, why? Why? I'm gonna drink tea and act like the awkwardness isn't occurring. Don't call the nerd police. I'm gonna get arrested. Life sentence. Man, what are these jokes? Hello! Hey, I'm Grace. And this is our first official video. So, we decided to make a channel. It's gonna be me and Korra. I will be posting every Tuesday, and she'll be posting every Thursday. I'm probably gonna be focusing on more talking about introversion and how to avoid people 101. That's what I'm good at. It's my talents. And Korra is more extroverted, and she's into history and language, but we're both nerds, so currently I'm trying to weave her into the path of the book nerd world. So I thought that today, from our first video, is just to welcome Korra into our beautiful, humble community of nerds. We are also some of the most insane people on the planet, but no one knows, because we're also the quiet ones. Haha. Oh, I love tea. Okay, so I'm gonna go through some great fantasy series to start off with if you are extremely terrified of the fantastical book world. There are multiple of them. Well, I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so obviously we start off with Harry Potter. The amazing, wonderful Harry Potter. If you have been living under a rock, or somehow you just, in some bizarre scenario, you don't know what this book is about, I'm so sorry. That's so sad to me. This is about a young guy, age 11, Harry Potter, who learns that he's part of this community that has magic. And he gets accepted into a magical school called Hogwarts. And he gets freed from the Muggle family that he was raised in, which was his insane aunt and uncle and his really mean cousin. And then he learns a lot about himself and why he was living in that Muggle situation. And as you read, there are 7 books, and as you read the books, you just grow up with Harry, and it's really nice. It starts off with him as 11 years old, and each book he gets a year older until the last one when he's 18? Yeah, 18. And it's beautiful. And it's the most nostalgic book series. I guess for me, because I read them when I was a kid, but they're still so good. Just, if you haven't read Harry Potter, please go and read it. It's really easy to pick up, it's easy for all ages, and it's great. And the Mortal Instruments. Funny thing, I'm actually lending the first 2 to Korra right now. So, City of Glass will be the step-in for City of Bones. But this series is about a young girl. How old is she? Like 16? Yeah, I think around 16, Clary Frey, who learns that she is part of this hidden community called Shadowhunters that hunts demons and keeps the downworlders in check. And you learn about her history, and you follow her on her journey. The best character in these books, in my opinion, is Simon Lewis, because he's perfect and amazing and obviously superior. Chase is also pretty great, but Simon, yeah, he's amazing. But these books are really funny, but also really dark and intense at the same time, and I love them so much. Cassandra Clare is amazing. She's also written the Infernal Devices, which I also recommend so much. Tessa Gray, Will Herondale. Oh, they're so great. Yeah, just go read all of her books. They're so great. My favorites are the Dark Artifices right now. Lady Midnight is amazing. I am literally, like, I'm like dying of anticipation for the 23rd, and only people who have read this series will know what I'm talking about. But I'm so excited. Oh, I pre-ordered that book in advance. Lord of Shadows. Please, please come out. Please. A lot of people start off into the fantasy realm with Twilight, which, I mean, okay. The first time you read it, it's pretty good. It's a very encompassing series. You kind of just need a few hours, and you're like, I'll finish this, and then you can just put it behind you. If you're just starting out and you need something to get you excited about books, this one's good. Korra already has some reserved feelings for this series, but I think that she should read it at least once. I think she'd like it. I read this in middle school, and I was like, all right. I never read it again, but it was good the first time. But if you need a book to start off with, yeah, read Twilight. Okay, and this one I think is like the best one to start off with, especially if you're just new to the fantasy genre. So this is obviously not fantasy, and all the fantasy people are like, Grace, what are you doing? Hold on, give me a minute. It'll all make sense in a second, okay? I'm sorry. So this is Fangirl by Rainbow Rowell, one of my favorite books of all time, but we won't get into it. And the reason that I'm bringing this up, even though it's a contemporary, so this book is about this girl named Kath who goes into college with her twin sister, and she writes fan fiction in her college dorm room, and a bunch of other drama happens, and it's really good, and I love Kath. I relate with her so much, and it's amazing. But the reason that I'm involving this book in this video is because the fan fiction that she's writing, the author actually published it, and it's called Carry On. Oh my god. And so the fan fiction was about like this sort of Harry Potter-esque series about Simon Snow, which is Harry Potter equivalent, just saying. And the fan fiction was published as Carry On, and this is one of the best fantasy books ever because it's like fantasy but it reads like contemporary. So I think that this is a great one to start off with if you've been reading contemporary and like realistic fiction, and you're not really immersed in sci-fi and in fantasy yet, because it's such an easy read. And when I read it, this is like the only book that I've ever done this for, but when I finished it, I flipped back to the front page and read it again. So, and I read it so many times after that, and it makes me so happy. Like, I'll be having a really bad day, and I'll just be like, I need a pick-me-up right now. And then I'll just pick up Carry On, and I'll be like, I'm so happy now. But anyway, Carry On is... But yeah, if you aren't into fantasy and you want an easy transition, I definitely recommend this one, because then you can read Fangirl, a contemporary, first, and then you can ease your way into Carry On, and then from there you can ease your way into fantasy. I recommend starting off with Harry Potter. Yeah, Carry On is about this guy named Simon Snow, as I mentioned before, who goes to a wizarding school after being in countless foster homes growing up, and he becomes friends with this really nerdy girl, Penelope, who's amazing. I love Penelope. And he falls in love with his roommate, Baz. And it's basically like a wizard gay romance. It's basically what it is, and I love it. So go read it. That's it. I think those are all of them. Yeah, I'm so excited. I'm still hyped about just my Carry On talk. Wow. But if you guys got something out of that, I don't know. Yeah, Korra's gonna be posting a video on Thursday. She's gonna talk about Harry Potter sorting, because she's reading Harry Potter right now. Haha. See, my list works. So anyway, click that subscribe button if you want to see more of me, and you probably want to see more of Korra, or Korra, just in general, because she's amazing and cool and awesome, and I think our videos are going to be really different, like our presence is that the prezi? English grammar! I don't know what I'm saying! Isn't it great? I think so. So anyway, yeah, give this video a thumbs up if you got anything out of it. And I don't know. Thank you so much for watching. I'm trying to think of a cool outro that I could use on this channel, but I don't have one. So maybe I can just stare at the camera really awkwardly for like 5 seconds and that'll be my outro. Like, wait. It'll be like obnoxious waving in the beginning and then just me staring awkwardly at the camera. I got it. I nailed it. That's what I'm doing. I'm gonna stop. Okay, bye!